An estimated 40+ million Americans are on the edge of their seats right now after House Republicans passed a resolution to overturn President Biden's student debt relief plan. It's sitting in limbo and would forgive borrowers of up to $20,000 in federal loans. The 218 to 203 vote is a victory for Republicans hoping to end the pandemic-era student loan payment pause and cancel the potential relief. But they still have to get past Democrats, who hold the majority in the Senate. For more, we'd like to welcome Dr. Wright, an associate research scholar and lecturer in politics and public affairs at Princeton University. Dr. Wright, great to have you this morning. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, nice to be with you.
So the House passed this measure to nullify the president's campaign promise. What are the chances Republicans are successful? What do you anticipate will happen here?
This is probably more of a signaling device. And the reason I say that is because the Senate is probably unlikely to go against the president on this. But, you know, the Senate is very evenly divided, and Manchin and Sinema and some other moderates have expressed doubts about Biden's student debt relief plan. It's not one of his more popular measures. It's very hard to understand politically, since the majority of Americans do not graduate from college and could see this as very unfair. But I think for Republicans, it's more of a messaging tactic right now. I don't think we'll see any action on this in the Senate, and the legal implications and questions surrounding the package are completely different. And that's not my area of expertise, but there are serious doubts about whether Biden can do this in the first place. And I think he's well aware of those.
So the payment pause, as you know, is set to end later this year, and many Americans are concerned they'll have to pay back interest from the past 3 years. Should they be concerned?
I don't know about the interest measure, but we have to remember, you know, this pause has been kicked down the road, repeated 8 times, well past the point where most Americans felt they were returning to normal post-COVID. And it's one of these things where, you know, voters might resent you more if you take something away that you gave them in the first place than if you never gave it to them at all. And so I'm sure there are a lot of students who are nervous about this. And it's one of these cases where Biden's probably getting a lot of pushback from his base and young voters who overwhelmingly supported him in 2020, and Republicans and moderates who see this as regressive and as bad policy that the majority of Americans can't relate to.
That's an interesting point. We've got about a minute left, but student debt relief also at the mercy of the Supreme Court, as you know, where the justices will debate its legality. Where does it stand, and what outcome do you expect?
I mean, my guess would be that this is going to be not looked on positively. I don't know if it can be implemented. And with a conservative majority court, my guess would be they would be in more that vein. However, again, I think the politics of it, which I'm paying really close attention to, are really bad for Democrats. It's, if you look at it some ways, wealth redistribution from these high-earning college graduates to them, rather, from the majority that don't have a college degree. And we often forget that. The college graduates have higher paying jobs on average and will earn about 1.2 million more over their lifetime. So no matter how you slice it, this is not relatable to most Americans, many of whom didn't go to college because they couldn't afford it. So I don't understand the policy.
Dr. Wright, thank you as always.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.